Hey people, it's me again. I know it's been a while, but it's wintertime. And I get seasonal depression, so I don't feel like doing a whole lot of nothing during the winter. Okay, today's thought stream has to do with social engineering and a certain book that has really thin pages that you have to put your hand on when you testify and take an oath to. I'm not going to say the name of the book because the algos will mess with my video if I try to post it. The algorithms are messing with everything, so there's certain words you don't want to say because they'll cut you off to a whole chunk of people that they've figured are this, they lean this way or they think this way. It's, when you really look into the way social engineering works, it all makes sense, but until you even grasp its existence, it doesn't make any sense to you. So, anyways, back to what the video was initially about. Okay, this book, I'm trying to think of a good nickname for it. Yeah, I'm drawing a complete blank. It's too early. We'll just call it The Good Book. Yeah, why not? The Good Book. Whatever. If you look at The Good Book or hell, any other ancient religious texts, you'll see that it's full of stories of a bunch of different people in different situations acting a certain way depending on what happens in those situations. It's it's kind of like giving you a bunch of mental scenarios in your head that might happen and giving you a way to tackle them should they occur. We do the same thing today using the same thought processes with TV, movie, any type of media. We're doing the same exact thing. They're doing the same function when you look at them. The Good Book and other books like it present to you a host of situations and then give you an example of how they overcame it. So in your head, your brain's logging all of these situations and categorizing them by, if this happens, do this. If this happens, do this. That's just part of your natural biological process of survival. That's just built into your psyche. Now, if you look at movies, yeah, we might be watching what the main character's doing, following the plot line, but in the background of all of these movies or TV shows, whatever, in the background, that's when you see all of these situations happen. And then you see somebody react to it. So you start building a common sense library of how you should attack certain situations. It's your brain recognizes what's happening and it gives you a response that it views as being a successful and wise choice. If you've already seen it happen and saw how somebody overcame it, then your brain says, aha, this is how I fix it, or this is how I do it. So I'm thinking that the initial message of the Bible, damn it, I said the word, the Good Book. The initial message has been interwoven in with all the stories so that the message is there as the bait. So people jump after the bait, but then as they get the bait, they're reading all of these stories and situations and outcomes, and that's the hook. That's what's giving society kind of a direction on how to live. It's kind of like an instruction manual without you realizing you're being instructed. And since more and more people were drifting away from that version of media, written text, because once social media, once any kind of visually appeasing media came out, the written text is a lot harder to do and takes more effort. So your smaller factions, they'll stick with it because they believe in it all. But your other factions, your outlying ones, your mentally lazy ones, however you want to look at it, they'll jump on board with the next thing that doesn't require as much effort, which would be listening to music, watching movies, watching TV, because you don't have to mentally process anything to understand what's being said. You're just watching it, looking at moving pictures with sounds. Just like in 1984, George Orwell. So I think if we can get everybody to wake up to how social engineering actually works and to recognize it for what it is, then they'll remember the message that's in the good book that says treat everybody how you want to be treated. Do unto others. You'll get back to the original, let's call them commandments if you want to, but just basically rules of life in order to be a good person. Because we've jumped so far into all the stories that I think were put in there as a means of social manipulation and social engineering. Some people did it for good, some did it for nefarious reasons. Some people got so caught up in the stories and the rabbit holes and the different ways to do stuff that they forgot the original message. The original message is what lured everybody in and what made people say, yes, this is a great thing. But the nefarious part of it, the social engineering, is hiding behind the good thing. Just like our current government and economic system, we're all taught that the government is a good thing. It's bred into us. The patriotism is bred into us using the same tactics that the good book used. All through school, when you learn history, when you learn current events, when you learn social studies, anything, it's all pointing to, yes, this is a good and just system. Yes, this abolished this gave us this. They build that sense of patriotism in your head, just like the good book built the rules to live by in your head. But hidden behind it all, on the government side, central bankers. On the good book side, you had what were basically central bankers. The kings who controlled the money. The dukes, the archdukes, the duchesses, the elite that had the money, that had the control, that wanted to keep everybody else dumb and subservient. That's the same place we are with government. The central bankers who control the money don't care who controls the laws. They're controlling the money. So they want to make you a little less intellectually superior so you don't recognize that they've got a leash on everything and you think everything's free and open and just. You just don't see all the strings because you've been programmed not to with our new social engineering tool, which is media. Whether it be the news, movies, TV shows, they got every person who watches or listens to that media. They stuck their tentacles into every facet of it. If you like science, oh, we got that. If you like music, oh, we got that. If you like drama, oh, we've got that. Comedy, yep, we've got some of that too. We've got it sprinkled in everywhere. So that no matter what you like watching, you're getting a dose of some social engineering. So, that's the thought stream for this morning. I'm at the gym, so I'm going to go in there and work out. You guys have a good day. Love you all.